Hello guys, welcome back to today's video. I'm so excited to read my science today. So I'm going to be reading notes and my story. So my story is, well, my notes are probably copied out of my story. But we'll have to make way. Okay, here we go. Life in a full circle. Like plants, animals have life cycles. Animals are born and then begin to grow up. When an animal becomes adult, they may have young of their own. In this way, life continues to review itself. When a bird reaches adulthood, it mates with another bird. After mating, a female bird lays eggs. Birds hatch from eggs. After the eggs hatch, the parents feed the young birds. Over time, the bird will grow. Soon it can live on its own. Okay. Most animals reproduce sexually. During sexual reproduction, sperms join a male. I'll have to read it over. I'm so sorry. Most animals reproduce sexually. During sexual reproduction, sperm from a male joins an egg from a female. The fertilization egg can be developed into new animals. In some animals, such as many kinds of fish, eggs are fertilized outside of the female's body. In other animals, such as birds, eggs are fertilized inside the female's body. After the eggs are fertilized, birds lay the eggs. Bird parents then protect the eggs until they've hatched. After the young are born, they begin to grow and change over time. Newborns develop into youths. Youths continue to develop until they grow into adults. Adult animals mate with one another to produce offspring. An animal's life cycle ends when the animal dies. However, the animal offspring will likely have offsprings of their own. In this way, the life cycle repeats again and again. Like birds, many other animals hatch out of eggs. For example, most fish, reptiles, and spiders hatch from eggs. Other animals give birth to lay young. Dogs, horses, and mice are all born this way. What happens after an animal is born? Some animals, such as turtles, are on their own as soon as they hatch from their eggs. Their parents do not help them. Other animals, such as penguins, give their young a great deal of care. They keep their young warm and fed until the young grows enough to take care of themselves. Animals such as deer, bears, and rabbits take care of their young by feeding them milk. These animals will stay with their parents for months or years until they are able to live on their own. Birds' eggshells are hard, but alligators and other reptiles have soft, leathery shells. Cats give birth to live young. Young cats drink their mother's milk. When kangaroos are born, they are about the size of a dime. Then develop their mother's pouch. When babies are born, they drink their mother's milk. They have no teeth and they are not able to walk until their own. Babies grow into toddlers. Toddlers learn how to walk. They also learn how to speak. Humans get their first set of teeth when they are toddlers. As a child develops, the first set of teeth are replaced by permanent teeth. The child grows and develops many physical and mental skills. During the teenage years, boys and girls start looking more like adults. For example, boys start growing facial hair. As adults age, they lose some of the physical abilities and their body changes one ways as feel. For example, their hair turns gray. I missed the whole section. I'm going to read that again. Hold on. During adulthood, people reach maturity. Often adults marry and have children of their own. I read step 6 before this, so I'm sorry. So, I'll read it again. As an adult ages, they lose some of their physical abilities. The body changes in other ways as well. For example, their hair turns gray. Okay. Growing up. Just like other animals, humans go through stages and develop human eggs and fertilized. It grows inside their mother. After 9 months, the baby is born. It takes many years for a human baby to grow into an adult. Study these pages to see all the growth stages humans go through. Well, we already read that, so. Usually age 2, kids that are age 2 are probably 2 feet 10. Age 5, 3 foot 6. I am 4 foot 10, and my teacher is 5 foot 2. So, okay, next page. 4 more pages. My, how you've changed. A young frog or a tadpole has a long tail and no legs. As it grows, its tail becomes shorter and begins to grow legs. An adult frog has no tail, but has legs. The young goes through a series of changes, known as metamorphosis. Bless me. Sorry. Excuse me. Butterflies go through complete metamorphosis. The larva on a butterfly is also called a caterpillar. The caterpillar grows into a pupa inside a chrysalis. The pupa becomes an adult butterfly. Okay. So it starts off as an egg, and then the caterpillar is a larva. It turns into a pupa, and then after its wings get all flat, like dried out, then their wings will become really big, and then it will become a monarch. Some will. Incomplete metamorphosis. Grasshoppers go through incomplete metamorphosis. Young grasshoppers hatch as nymphs. A nymph grows into a mollusk. So, okay. The female grasshopper lays eggs in the soil. From the eggs, it's a nymph. Grasshopper will molt 5 times before they reach the adult stage. So when grasshoppers are a nymph, they have wings, and when they turn an adult, their wings expand and get so much bigger, and they can fly everywhere. So, in many animals, the young look similar to the adults, but in other animals, the young look very different. In complete metamorphosis, an animal goes through 4 different stages in the cycle. The egg hatches into a larva. The larva of many insects look like worms. A larva develops into a pupa. The pupa of a moth is enclosed in a cocoon. While the cocoon in the pupa develops into an adult moth, the adult splits its cocoon and flies out. Some insects, such as dragonflies and termites, go through different series of changes. In incomplete metamorphosis, an animal goes through 3 different stages in its life. First, animal hatches from the egg as a nymph. Nymph looks like tiny adults, but they don't have wings. As the nymph grows larger, it molts. Molting happens when the insect sheds its hard outer skeleton. As after several molting, the insect, which now has wings, reaches an adult stage. Saving the sea turtles. Why it matters. Some kinds of animals are endangered. That means there are not many of them left. Scientists study the life cycles of endangered animals to try to save them and help them increase the numbers. Sea turtles are one example of endangered animals. Hunting, pollution, and beaches erosion can cause by a number of sea turtles to go down. To help sea turtles, people have learned about the sea turtle's life cycle. They have used what they learned to rear the sea turtles. This will help increase the number of sea turtles. To rear the sea turtles, the eggs are collected. Rear means to help the babies until they grow up. I think it'll explain to you, but I'll just explaining more. When the eggs hatch, the young turtles are carried until they can be released into the wild. When the turtles are ready, they are taken to the beach and released. Okay, that's all my science reads. Now I'm going to read my notes. So, okay. I don't think I need to read my notes. Well, I'm not reading my notes today. I'm sorry. Because they're the exact same thing as what the book says. Well, bye guys. Not quite Christmas yet, but I'm just wishing y'all a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Bye.